hell is going on? Oh, the hell is going on? This shit says 30. This shit fucked up. You saw that shit?
No.
Oh, that shit just kept blinking. It kept blinking at 30, 30, 30, 30, 30.
Oh, well.
It kept flickering.
No, we up now. Let me.
It kept blinking at 30, 30, 30, 30, 30.
Oh, well. Hello. Audio. Can you hear me? Hello. Okay. It sounds like we're coming out. Just making sure we sounded good. Okay. Well, how y'all doing? It's been a while. I should probably share this. Hold on. I'm gonna share it on Twitter. You can share it too on your community post or whatever. Cube.
Yeah, what's up?
I said you can share it on your community post. I'm about to share it on Twitter. I forgot to share the damn thing.
All right, hold on.
Man. Oh boy. I don't have the thumbnail either. Fuck. Hold on.
Oh shit. Well, I'm on a tablet. It ain't gonna let me share my phone charging. Well, I'm gonna do it though.
You on a tablet?
Yeah, for some reason the tablets you can't share shit. The community posts won't show. For some reason on YouTube. That's the weirdest shit.
Oh wait, I can just do it on my laptop. What am I doing? Hold on. Doing all this extra shit. Okay.
Let's go on the desktop version real quick. Hold on.
Yeah, I messaged P. Rose, but he said he was at work, so I was like, all right. Get that money, brother. Ain't see him in a hot second. Oh, wait, no, me tweet it out on this one. All right, there we go.
All right. Damn it. Yeah, I've been on my gaming channel a lot.
Yeah, I noticed. I've been doing other shit. Yeah. So for y'all that don't know, we we took a little break. As I always said, we were trying to be consistent as best we could. But we kind of fell off a little bit. And I know I ain't been keeping up with wrestling that as much as I was. I've been mainly just been watching AEW really, and I haven't even been watching like Rampage or anything. And I've been kind of hearing a little bit about what's going on in WWE, but I haven't really been giving a shit. So we took a little break, but I had the urge to come back to talk about Double or Nothing because it's one of the big pay-per-views that AEW does. They only do 4, and it was a lot of craziness and interesting stuff surrounding this pay-per-view. So I just wanted to do a little quick stream to talk about it. Did you get around to see any of it, Cuba, or not?
No, I didn't pay for the. I didn't see it at all. I think I know some of the people that won. They got like steel shots.
Yeah,
I know who won the Owen Hart tournament, and I know who's the champion because someone in another stream spoiled it. Not on me, just saying on, the wait what he might come up in there.
Okay, we can pop on them. Yeah, I know. I remember one of those guys was like big in AEW, so they might pop up.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me put another hashtag in this.
So I'll be in here a little bit and finish watching Stranger Things. Maybe in about a couple minutes.
Yeah. All right. So, yeah, there was a lot of drama over the weekend because mainly because of MJF. So there's a lot of weirdness going on with that. He was supposed to show up at a fan event and he didn't, and there was a lot of discussion on whether or not he was going to show up at the show. And the first match of the show was MJF versus Wardlow, and which apparently it was planned to be the first match, regardless of the controversy. And he showed up. Apparently, they said he showed up at the last minute, and he came out and did the match with Wardlow. Very quick match. It was pretty much a squash match. Like they started. Most of it was MJF, trying to get away from Wardlow. He tried to cheat with the ring, very blatantly tried to cheat with the ring, and they tossed the ring out, and then he just got powerbombed like 5 times in a row, and he was going to go for the count, and then he stopped, and then he powerbombed him another 5 times, pinned him, and took him out on the stretcher. That was the match, and it was like, oh shit, like, is he gone? Like, so I don't think
bad terms right there.
Well, it seems like he's not, because he's still under the contract, and it seems like he might be like suspended for a little bit, like he'll be off TV for a little while, and they're gonna have a discussion because at the what do you call it, the damn thing, the media scrum after the pay-per-view, Tony Khan wouldn't answer any questions about MJF. So I think they're still in talks, but it's like, they got to figure out some sort of agreement or something. So it's kind of interesting.
Well, first and foremost, look, MJF is one of the best talkers in wrestling, period, and is the best talker at AEW.
Yep.
And the dude is a fantastic heel, and he can generate fucking dollars. I'd pay his ass. I'm not gonna let MJF go. So I don't know what the fuck. All that damn money he got, he ain't gonna get that money to fucking MJF.
Well,
it's not like you're giving it to fucking Titus O'Neil or Titus O'Neil. Well, who's the gray haired guy? The fat gray haired guy.
JD Drake.
Yeah, it's not like you're giving him the fucking money.
Well, I think what they're saying is I think Tony is willing to give him the money, but he wants to extend his contract, and I think MJF wants more money, but not to extend his contract, and I think that's where some of the disagreement is coming from. So. At least that's what it's been kind of reported as, but who knows officially. But yeah. I feel like it's got to be something else besides just the money, but I don't know. Kind of crazy. But the match, the shit was crazy because the crowd was, as soon as he came out, the crowd was just like, fuck you, MJF, and he showed up, chance like the crowd. It was a fun time, but it was also, a lot of people are like, well, shit, is he leaving? Type, it was weird, so.
Hey, you gotta respect him for showing up. That's a professional.
That's
I had
true.
a feeling he was gonna show up.
Right.
Because I think him and Wardlow, Wardlow, I think they're cool in real life, and Wardlow will remember that. And MJF knows it's his time, like Wardlow time. You built the storyline for him, for him to win.
Well, absolutely. But the match was definitely, they got it out of the way, and then it went off for there. So. The next match was the Young Bucks and the Hardys. I was not interested in this match. And this match was a little rough. There was a little awkwardness. Jeff was looking off. Now, he did have he did.
Victory road?
Well, you could think that, but he did have a bad, like his boot broke or something. So he was very cautious when he was doing, like he tried to do like poetry in motion, and it was looking real weird. But like, there was something wrong with his boot, but once they got his boot fixed towards the end, he moved a little bit better. But it was clearly obvious that the Hardys are too old and they don't need to be doing this shit. But it got pretty okay as it kept going. A lot of people loved it. I thought it was okay. It wasn't that great of a match, but there was a lot of good back and forth between them and the Bucks. But yeah, the Bucks definitely had to slow down for the Hardys to keep up with them. But had some good moments. A bit of a surprise. They did a bit where Jeff hit a swanton bomb on the outside to Matt Jackson, who was like sitting on top of he was laid out on top of the steel steps, and then Matt Hardy was inside, and Matt Hardy was kind of he was the best one between the Hardys, I must say, Matt, which was kind of surprising.
Damn, that's surprising.
Yeah, no, Matt was holding it down. I got to give it that. Matt was really holding it down in the ring, but because like I said, Jeff was a little awkward because he had the bad boot or whatever. But he hit 2 side effects on Nick, and then Jeff came in with the Swanton. They won the match. It was okay, not the worst. It was okay.
Let me ask you a question before you finish. That's what pissed me off with them fucking side effects that Matt Hardy always does or did, especially in WWE. And then he will go for the pin right after. You know damn well his ass is not winning a match after a side effect. I'm just saying, every time he did that shit, he go for a pin. I'm like, your ass is not winning with that shit.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But like I said, Matt was surprisingly, he was holding it down. And it was an all right match. The crowd were, they really wanted to be better than what it was, and I think they enjoyed it, but it was all right. So
I shared it, by the way.
Oh, okay, cool. So next match was Jade Cargill versus Anna Jay for the TBS Championship. I'm gonna be honest, this was not great. This was not great. This was probably it was not a good match. It felt like they was rushing. As soon as the match started, it felt like they were rushing a little too fast, and they was kind of forgetting what they were supposed to be doing. But the thing about this match was the good shit was what happened towards the end of the match. But the in-ring was very choppy. So as they're going back and forth, and Smart Mark Sterling, her lawyer, he came out there. He was in a neck brace because he had a match earlier on the pre-show. And he was causing a distraction. He slid in a crutch to give it to Jade, but Anna Jade got the crutch, and she hit a Russian leg sweep with it on Jade, but she couldn't get the pin. So they're still going back and forth. There was this very awkward moment where Anna Jade was trying to climb up the turnbuckle, and then Jade stopped her and was holding her, and then what came? The baddies had came out. No. I remember. So Mark Sterling was still outside. John Silver came out and took out Mark Sterling with a brain buster. Then the baddies came out, and Anna Jay hit them with a double DDT. Then she tried to climb the rope. She got distracted by Jade, and friggin' what's his name? Stokely Hathaway came out, aka Malcolm Bevins from NXT came out. And he caused a distraction. Yeah, which was dope. Because at first I thought that was her husband. Because I was like, who is that? Because he was wearing glasses, so I didn't immediately recognize him. But then I was like, oh shit, that's Bivens. So he came out, caused a distraction. Jade awkwardly pet her in the Jaded from the top rope. It looked weird, but she won with that. And now Malcolm Bivens, Stokely Hathaway is with the baddies, which is great. And then they was about to jump Anna Jay. Chris Statlander came out to back her up. And then after Statlander came out, Athena came out, a.k.a. Ember Moon. So now they're both in NXT, and that shit is awesome. I was so happy to hear that. I was so happy that they showed up. It was great.
So, what's her name? Statlander, did they change her character? Is she talking?
A little bit. Just a little bit. But yeah, they got rid of they got rid of the alien shit, which was I didn't like it for a good while. But she didn't trimmed up. I think she's either beating Jade for the TBS title, or she might be. I don't think she's next in line for the women's title, but I think she might be the one to beat Jade for the NXT title. I wanted it to be Athena, but I think it should be Statlander because the women's division is getting more talent, but they're still only willing to push a very few women to the top, and that's Thunder Rosa, Jade, and Britt Baker, which we'll talk about that in a little bit about Britt Baker, but it was cool to see them. I was happy to see them. I was glad because Athena was she did her interview with Chris Van Vliet, where she was talking about how she what happened with her in WWE and all of that, and she was hoping to get in contact with him. So I'm glad, they answered the phone and all of that. So that was dope. I'm happy to see her. Hopefully they'll do something with her. And that shit was lit. So next match was It was a 6-man tag. The House of Black versus Death Triangle. This shit was crazy as fuck.
Jim Cornette, can't wait to him to react.
Oh my god, this match was what? This was like some Lucha Underground type shit. Like they were all on fucking point, killing it. I can't even really go over everything that happened. Just know, Buddy Murphy was going off.
That's my dude right there. I'm gonna get jacked like that motherfucker.
Man, Penta and Phoenix was going off. Goddamn, Aleister Black was his black mask and everybody. Like that shit was.
And always missing with the mist.
Well, we'll get into that. So there was a moment where Brody King, the big dude, he tried to do a dive to the outside and he barely cleared the apron. He literally landed he mostly landed on the apron. That shit was ridiculous. So trying to do a dive and shit. And they what was it? It was Pentagon did a flip over Phoenix. They was on the apron. He did a flip over Phoenix and hit a Canadian, a Mexican destroyer on Buddy Murphy on the apron. Hey, what up, P? P Rose in the comments. What up, P Rose?
Shit's overused, man.
No, this wasn't overused. This shit was lit. The way when he hit him with that one, that shit was dope. Phoenix, they did a draping DDT, but Phoenix jumped. He was supposed to hit a stump on I think it was Brody King, but he didn't hit the stump. He just jumped out of the ring. It was kind of weird. But anyway, so the final bit was Malachi was in the ring and he was hitting everybody with black masks. He took out Pentagon, he took out Phoenix, and he tried to take out Pac, but Pac dodged it. And I forgot what the fuck he hit him with, but he beat down Malachi, and then Pac was gonna go up to the top rope to hit the Black Arrow. I mean the Black Arrow. So he was on the top rope. The lights went out, and I got worried because whenever the lights go out, it's usually some fuckery in AEW. But the lights came back on, and it was Julia Hart, the girl that was with what's his name, Brian Pillman Jr. She got attacked like damn near 40 years ago. She finally turned heel. She spit the mist in Pac's face, and he fell down. And then Malachi hit him with another black mass, and they won. That was awesome. That was great. They finally pulled the trigger, and it was fucking dope. I gotta say that match was crazy as hell. Yeah.
Well, so they need to start doing that lights out. Look, every time the lights go out is always something. You ain't got to do this shit every week, man. And WWE didn't really do it, huh?
Oh, I was about to say they did stop after they introduced the Indian dude, but this was like their first time since then, and it at least made sense. I'll say that.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
Shavar, what's his name? Fuck, I forgot his name.
Satnam
Singh. That's right.
Satnam Singh. Which
I ain't gonna lie, I don't want to shit on the guy, but when you look at his face, he look like one of them damn, you know them goddamn glasses with the fucking nose. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, the fake eyes.
Yeah.
He said that match he gave a 4.7 out of 5. Yeah, I agree with that, P Rose. 4.7 out of 5. That shit was crazy. That match was.
Cornette will give it a -10.
Oh yeah, he definitely will, because it wasn't really. It was just like I said. It was like a Lucha Underground throwback. Like niggas was hitting crazy spots and he was landing them, most of them. So it was dope. But up to this point, the show was kind of alright. The show was kind of alright. Yeah. That was like the best match. And then it led into the Owen Hart tournament. Now I missed most of this because our internet at the apartment fucked up, and me and John was watching it. And we was watching it on a certain site. I ain't gonna say that, but we was watching it through a certain means, and streams was getting taken down, so we had to scramble a little bit. So the next match was the next match was the Owen Hart tournament, and the finals. It was Adam Cole versus Samoa Joe, which apparently was the first time they'd ever wrestled. I didn't realize that, so that's interesting. And they had Mike Chioda as the guest referee, which was dope. So we only let his
ass go.
I was watching it on the hub, yeah, right. So yeah, it's weird that they let Mike. Well, he's old, so that how WWE is now. If you old, they ain't trying to fuck with you for real. So
yeah.
So basically, Samoa Joe won. I mean, Adam Cole won, and surprisingly, he won kind of clean. I heard Bobby Fish came out, but his interference didn't really matter that much. So Adam Cole won, which I wasn't surprised by. I thought Adam Cole was going to win, and he came out in the pink gear. He was wearing like the Owen Hart sort of inspired pink gear, and I was like, okay. We missed the entrances for the women, but apparently Britt Baker had a band playing for her. Ruby Riott had had a live band playing for her. We missed most of this match except for like the ending. So
right.
Surprise, Britt Baker fucking won, and I was pissed as shit. So the winners were Adam Cole and Britt Baker, because the women can't have anything unless it's got to revolve around Britt Baker. And
wait, who did Britt Baker? Oh, Ruby Soho. That's right.
She beat Ruby Soho, which Ruby Soho should have won that shit. So it's official to me. They don't give a fuck about Ruby Soho, and
she lost twice to her ass, right? Shit.
Yeah, this shit's crazy. So they had a nice moment with Martha Hart, giving a lovely speech to the winners and all of that. So that was nice, I must say. That was very, very nice to see her, and her being being a little goofy and all that, like Owen was and all that. It was nice to see. But she gave them, the winners won they won like trophies or cups or whatever, and they won a 2 belts. They had belts for them as well. So, but I was highly disappointed to see fucking Britt Baker winning it, because she don't fucking need it. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, this shit was fucking. And from what I heard, the match wasn't all that either, sadly. But yeah, so I was a little pissed off by that. So that was kind of a low point for me. And then I think we had the most annoying match, maybe not the worst match technically, but the most annoying match after this, which was it was a 6-man mixed tag match. It was the Men of the Year, Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page, with Paige Van Zant versus Sammy Guevara and Tay Conti with Frankie Kazarian. I didn't really pay attention to most of this match. It was fucking annoying as hell. And I wanted Soho to win. The match was mid. Yeah, that's what I heard. I didn't see the whole match. And as soon as Britt won, she won with like a roll-up pin. Like, she didn't even put her in a finisher. She won like with a roll-up pin, and the shit was over. I was like, all right, y'all got it. So, it feels a little Charlotte Flairish to me, but that's just me. It's starting to get to that level with her, because it's like, I thought the whole tournament was to boost the other women, because they barely doing anything with Thunder Rosa. So I don't know. The shit just annoyed the shit out of me. But yeah, the match after that was whatever. Tay Conti was looking good though. I ain't gonna lie. Tay Conti was dressed like Maleficent from Sleeping Beauty, and
oh shit,
Paige Van Zant was not good in the ring. She had a few good spots, but mostly it was not that good. But she's still, she's still learning. The best part was when Sammy throughout the match, Sammy was like too busy trying to either make out with Tay, or he was kind of pissing off Frankie Kazarian, and Kazarian was getting pissed off with them. And there was a weird spot where he tags himself in, and Tay Conti was screaming like he just like assaulted her or something. So there was a moment where he was arguing with Tay, and he turns around and Sammy tried to super kick him, but he dodged it, and he ended up super kicking Tay in the face. That was the best part. And he got out of the ring, and I think Frankie got hit with the TKO, and Scorpio and his team won. It was whatever. So yeah, that happened. And then after that,
kick the fuck. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, he knocked the shit out of it. It was great. So
I seen that part.
Yeah. Surprisingly, I didn't know this was on the card. Apparently, it was announced, but we had a random ass match with Kyle O'Reilly versus Darby Allin. I don't remember when this was announced, but it was added to the pay-per-view. And at this point, it was already like 10 o'clock, I think. Yeah, it was like 10 o'clock when this match started or something. It was late as fuck. And I was like, why is this on the card? And apparently, they said Tony Khan extended the show, as a way to outlast the finals. Because what was it? It was the Celtics and Miami was playing yesterday, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they wanted to. It was a late ad. Yeah. So he was trying to extend the show. So once that game was finished, people would then a group of people might join in for the rest of the pay-per-view. And I have to say, as long as this show was on, from these next one, two, three, four, these next 5 matches were straight bangers. Straight bangers. I don't know if I've ever seen a pay-per-view where the shit was long and it somehow got better as it went on. Like it was fucking crazy. I don't know how they pulled that off, but it was really fucking crazy how they did that. So Kyle O'Reilly and Darby, it was really good. It didn't need to be on the pay-per-view, but it was actually a really good match. Kyle O'Reilly has been putting on some wild matches these past couple of weeks, and he's really fucking good. Like we already know, we've seen him in NXT. He's really fucking good. But Darby was, doing Darby shit, and there was a moment where he did his when he does the dive out of the ring and he hits him with the shoulder. Mm-hmm. It was like he did one. The first one he did, he went down and it almost looked like he hit his head and he did a flip that he did a roll that led into a kick. I thought it was a botch, but apparently it wasn't, because I thought the motherfucker was dead. It was a 5-star match from this. Yeah, it was a 5-star match from this on. Yeah, exactly. The show got crazy after that. Like it was ridiculous. It was later in the show and each match was just fucking great. So I thought Darby was dead, but he did it again, and Kyle O'Reilly caught him and put him in a submission. It was a crazy match, but this was also kind of like you can kind of feel the crowd was getting a little tired by this point. So, but it was still good. Next match was Thunder Rosa versus Serena D for the AEW Women's Championship.
Hey, I I'm gonna listen to it when you finish.
Okay, you got that. All right, bro.
Yeah. All
right, bro. Thanks.
Join P Rose.
He at work. P Rose at work.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, we'll go on break and join. Shit. All right,
bro. But yeah, I guess I preached to the choir now. So Thunder Rosa, Serena D, that shit was fire. And I got let me put the hold on. I'll put it back in the comments. Hold on, let me put it back in the comments. I fucked that up. But anyway, I'll pin it. I should pin it. But anyway, yeah. It's good to be back. Like I said, we've been gone for a while. It's good to be back. But what was I at? So yeah, Thunder Rosa, Serena D. This build has been fucking awful. They have treated Thunder Rosa like an afterthought. It seems like once they got the belt off of Britt Baker, they kind of just stopped giving a fuck. And I hate that they're doing that. But like I said earlier, with Athena coming in, they're trying to do something with Statlander. Hopefully they'll take things even more seriously with the women's division. But Thunder Rosa and Serena D, they came in and they fucking killed it. Like I figured they were going to do a good job, but they exceeded my expectations. Like thankfully they exceeded my expectations. The shit was awesome, very competitive, and I think that's what happens when you have two women in the ring who are both talented. They have experience, but they also have history working with each other in the ring. Most of it looked very crisp. There was a few flubs or whatever, but it was nothing terrible. And the crowd, thankfully, was into it. They stuck with it. They got behind it. I love when Serena. It was like she had Thunder Rosa like kind of tied up, and she like flipped over and put her in like a submission. I hadn't seen that before, but it was really dope. She was hitting all type of crazy submissions on her. Fucking Thunder Rosa got Serena in the pendulum submission swing. Sadly, she didn't knock her head into the bottom of the turnbuckle. But they was going back and forth. Serena pet Thunder Rosa in the octopus stretch. Thunder Rosa broke free. She didn't do her little missile drop kick that she always does, but she did get her in the Thunder Driver and won. So after this, I don't know who the hell she's facing after this, but hopefully they'll put a little more effort into it and keep it going for Thunder Rosa. But the match was dope. Match was dope as hell, and I was happy. I was happy that they killed that shit. So then I would realize like it's like 11, and it's like we still got 3 fucking matches. How are they gonna blow through these 3 matches? And I gotta give it to Tony Khan. Even though he had these 3 matches and it was late as hell, he allowed each of those matches to get enough time to do what they had to do. It wasn't like he was shortening the matches. He gave everybody time to do what they wanted to do. And I gotta say that was very surprising to see that happen. So the next match was the Jericho Appreciation Society versus Eddie Kingston, Santana and Ortiz, Bryan Danielson, and Jon Moxley. The anarchy in the arena really lived up to the fucking hype. I gotta say, this shit was crazy. And this was the perfect match that was sort of like a breather to reinvigorate the crowd, because that's exactly what it did. So the Jericho Appreciation Society, they came out and they're all white, looking like a crazy boy band and shit. And then, of course, the other guys came in through the crowd, and Jon Moxley's music was playing Wild Thing. And the greatest part was they just started brawling in the crowd, and the music kept playing. It was very ECW New Jack vibes. That shit was dope. So everybody got paired off, basically. Kingston was fighting, I think it was fighting Mac Daddy, Menard, or whatever his name was. They was getting into it. That dude was bleeding like crazy. Eddie Kingston was bleeding like crazy. Moxley and Jericho, they was fighting each other. I think Santana and Ortiz was fighting Hager, and who was they fighting? I think it was Hager and Garcia, and then the other dude was fighting Daniel Bryan, which was funny because Daniel Bryan was doing like the least hardcore shit for most of the match. Moxley and Jericho was fighting in the crowd. They was down by the sound system, and the music played like twice. And then by the third loop, that's when Jericho broke the little music thing and shut the music off, which was hilarious. Moxley hit Jericho with like that camera, like it was on this big like crane. He smacked him with it. It almost hit the fucking crowd. Like it was crazy. Santana and Ortiz hit the was it the street sweeper? I think it was the street sweeper outside of the ring through some tables on Jake Hager, which was lit. That shit was dope. Kingston and the dude, they was fighting in the concession stand, had the mustard all over them, fighting by the damn merch tables. It was ridiculous. And Daniel Bryan was still fighting the other guy. He was, like I said, Daniel Bryan was doing like the least hardcore stuff for most of the match. They got into the ring. Kingston was gone. He was in the elevator, so he was gone for a while. Ortiz and Santana got this big ass ladder, and they set up these tables, and they placed the 2 guys on the tables. They jumped off the tables and went through the tables on those guys. Jumped off the ladder through the tables. That shit was dope. They got in the ring. It was Moxley. It was Moxley and Jericho with Hager, and Hager eventually got in there. They took down the ropes, and they was fighting back. It was hitting each other with the ring hooks and the ring rod and all of that. Daniel Bryan was in there to try to help them. They're getting they're getting beat. Fucking Eddie Kingston comes down looking like a goddamn zombie covered in blood with this deranged look on his face. Got a canister of gasoline. He gets in the ring as payback for the Wizard throwing a fireball in his fucking face. He gets in there. He pours the gasoline on Jericho. He gets a little bit on Bryan, and he's about to light a lighter. And Daniel Bryan knocks it out of his hand. He's like, "Dude, what the fuck are you doing?" So Daniel Bryan and Kingston get to fighting. Like, it was really damn good. Like, they get to brawling. And then after that, I think Hager was the one that knocked him out. And then Moxley was trying to fight back. They take out Moxley. And then Jericho pets Bryan Danielson in the walls of Jericho. And then Hager takes one of the ring ropes and starts choking him, and he passes out, and that's the end of the match. Jericho Appreciation Society wins. This match was fucking insanity. Like I said, complete insanity. just madness, like true madness. Like this was better than both of the Stadium Stampedes. This will probably lead to a rematch at Blood and Guts, which I don't know how Blood and Guts is gonna top this shit here, but good luck. But the shit was awesome. It's for a match that I was not all that excited to see. It fucking killed. This match fucking killed it. So yeah, so that happened. Next up was the triple threat match for the tag team championships: Jurassic Express versus Team Tabs, Willie Hobbs and Ricky Starks versus Swerve and Our Glory, Keith Lee and Shane Strickland, or Shane Swerve Strickland, whatever the hell his name is. This was one of my most anticipated matches, and it did not disappoint. Well, maybe except for the finish, but it was a dope-ass match. All three of these teams came out there looking like tag teams. They all had matching gear for their partners, which was dope. They did a lot of craziness. Not Jericho. Christian was out there, and everybody's expecting Christian to turn heel. Sadly, he did not turn heel. They're going to drag that out a little bit more. So I can't remember all the shit that happened. I remember there was like it was Jungle Boy and Starks. Starks was doing the walk across the ropes, and he was like dancing, and he was showing off in front of Jungle Boy's mom and sister who was in the front row, and then Jungle Boy knocked him off and crotched him. That was dope. There was some good back and forth between Hobbs. All the big men had their moments. All the big men, Hobbs, Luchasaurus, and Keith Lee, they had great moments. There was a moment on the outside where Keith Lee powerbombed Jungle Boy on the back of Luchasaurus. There was a dope moment where they had done it before, but it was Swerve Strickland did well, before that, Ricky Starks got knocked out of the ring, and it looked like he landed on his fucking head. It was rough as hell. So Strickland did a moonsault off of Keith Lee's chest to the outside on everybody. That was dope. Hobbs, there was a moment when Hobbs hit a double top rope blockbuster. Well, yeah, double blockbuster onto Keith Lee and Luchasaurus, which at first it kind of looked like he was going for like a double clothesline, but he over rotated and it turned into a blockbuster. That surprised the fuck out of me. I didn't see that coming. And then I think it was the finals was Starks. It was Starks and Jungle Boy. Stark had hit the Rochambeau, did the springboard Rochambeau, and he was going to get the win. Luchasaurus breaks up the pin. And I think Swerve might have got back in there at some point, but he got taken out. And Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy hit their finish, and they won the match, which honestly, at the end of the day, any team, you couldn't go wrong with either team losing. I mean, either team winning. I was hoping Team Taz was going to take it, but Jurassic Express retained, which is fine. It's fine. I was hoping Team Taz was going to take it, but damn good match. Like I said, Tony Khan let all of these matches at the end of the night breathe. So now it was like, what, 12:30? Close to 1, because this show didn't end until like goddamn 1 o'clock. So the final match was Hangman Page, AEW champion, versus CM Punk. And I gotta say, even though this was the last match, the crowd was hyped as fuck for this match. They really got back into it. So kudos to Vegas. But they was out there for 6 goddamn hours. And they got lit for this final match. So going into this, I was rooting for Hangman Page to retain. By any means, whether he turned heel or just bettered Punk. I wanted Hangman to win, and I thought they were going to have a rematch down the line because they're doing the show in Chicago for the New Japan thing, and I was thinking maybe they could have a rematch between Hangman and Punk in Chicago. He wins it in Chicago. But they didn't do that. He won it here, so he's going to go into Chicago as champion. That's fine. I got to say, a lot of people been shitting on Hangman Page. Hangman Page is fucking great. Now, I will say, his title reign, though the stories haven't been that great, when it comes to Hangman Page defending that title in the fucking ring, Hangman Page is the best. He's the best wrestler to do it, I think, in the business right now. When it comes to defending his titles and putting on banger matches in the past couple years that I've seen, he's one of the best. And I do include over Roman Reigns. I am petting him over Roman Reigns in terms of his title defenses. Hangman Page fucking kills it. He shows up, pets on great matches, and yeah, he was a dope champion. He will be missed, but CM Punk bested him. Now, CM Punk, this match was dope. There was some botches. There was definitely some botches with CM Punk. He was trying to be a little too cute, and he was trying to do the buckshot lariat. I don't know why he felt the need to do the buckshot lariat. He did it once before, and it was a little shaky, but he did it. He tried to do it twice here, and he kept fucking up because he was landing on his leg, and his leg kept buckling on him, which was funny because Hangman was supposed to be the one selling the leg, and he did kind of fuck up his leg a little bit. There was a moment where he hit his moonsault to the outside on CM Punk, and it looked like he fucked his left knee up a little bit. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't. I don't know, but he definitely sold it like he did. A lot of great elbow strikes. Hangman was lighting Punk's ass up with these elbow strikes, man. It was stiff. There was moments where the crowd was not even 50-50. It was almost like 60-40. Like they were clearly rooting for Punk, and then there was that other side that was still rooting for Hangman. And as the match went, some sides got louder for Hangman, and then sometimes, it was still firmly for Punk. So it was mostly for Punk, but Hangman had his cheers. It wasn't, it wasn't too lopsided. It was lopsided, but not too lopsided. But Hangman was going in. They was hitting strikes. There was a moment where Hangman put CM Punk in the dead eye, and the way he grabbed Punk, his fucking ass was out, and he hit the dead eye. He didn't get the pin, but like Punk was like mooning the crowd. That was funny. Hangman, I think, did he throw him? Yeah, he threw him through the announcers, not the announcers table, the bell counters table. Like they were going all crazy. Hangman was definitely turning up, not necessarily heel, but he was definitely being a lot more vicious to CM Punk, and he fucked up at the end where he was trying to go to sleep. I think actually, he did hit the go to sleep on Hangman on CM Punk, and I think Punk kicked out. I might be wrong, but I think he kicked out, and then that was when he got out of the ring and he grabbed the title. No. That's what I remember now. He kicked out. CM Punk was about to put Hangman in to go to sleep, but when he swung him around, and he inadvertently knocked out the ref. So the ref was down. Hangman came back with not the dead eye. I think he hit him with something. He knocked him down with something. The ref was down. Hangman went for the pin. The ref was down. He goes back to get the title, and he's hesitating whether or not he's going to hit CM Punk with the title. And this is where he fucked up. He was dragging it out too long. He ultimately decides not to hit him with the title. So he puts the title down, and then he goes for the buckshot lariat. Punk was up, but he went back down, and then he was starting to get back up again. Hangman should have just kicked. He should have just either gave a knee to Punk's face. He should have attacked him one more time, then set up for the buckshot lariat, but he doesn't. He goes for the lariat. Punk counters. The ref is back up. Punk counters. He gets him up for the GTS. He hits it, goes for the pin, and CM Punk is the new AEW champion. And I gotta admit, I was a little upset. The crowd was going crazy because that's what the majority of people wanted there. And it was, it's good for business. We can start the Summer of Punk again. Summer of Punk, part 3. CM Punk is a big draw. I get it. I just thought Hangman was going to hang on just a little bit longer, but I knew Hangman would lose eventually. But Punk is champion, and what do we do next? There's clearly one person who I think should be the champion or should take it off of Punk, and that's MJF. But MJF's future in AEW is very shaky right now, so I think that shit's probably on the back burner now. So it would have been dope for MJF to take the title, but I don't know if that's going to happen the way it could have been theorized. You know what I'm saying? So CM Punk is the champion, and he can have some dope matches. There's a lot of people he can have dope matches with. He did mention him facing John Moxley, which I think would be really dope. Him versus, I think they should run him and Kingston back. I don't want to see him and Jericho. I do not want to see CM Punk versus Jericho. I do not want to see CM Punk versus Jericho. He mentioned wrestling Starks. CM Punk and Starks would be awesome. They might run back CM Punk and Darby Allin. I can see. I really want to see CM Punk versus Malachi Black. That's what I want to see. CM Punk versus Malachi Black, I think, would be dope. CM Punk versus Andrade, I think, would be very interesting. Who else I can see him going against? CM Punk versus. I guess they're gonna do CM Punk versus Cole, right? You know what? I think that's what it's gonna be. If MJF isn't gonna be the next guy to get the belt, it's probably gonna be Adam Cole. It's probably gonna be Adam Cole. I wouldn't mind seeing. Now that I think about it, CM Punk versus Kyle O'Reilly, but yeah, that might not happen. We could see CM Punk versus Jay Lethal. That'd be lit. I'd be all for that. So there's a number of people he can face for the title. But yeah, that was pretty much the show. Like I said, we've been gone for a while. It's a little shaky over here. It's going to be a lot more sparse than what it was on the channel beforehand. Probably be just a lot of random live streams. I don't know if we're gonna do anything for Hell in a Cell because that shit looks trash. Might do something for Money in the Bank though, maybe if I'm free. But yeah, it is what it is. Thanks for supporting us as long as you have. We've only been around for a little bit, but we're gonna try to do a little more content and keep things going. But those are my thoughts on AEW Double or Nothing 2002. Y'all let me know what y'all thought about the show in the comments. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe, hit notifications, and stay tuned for more wrestling topics, and get more people to come in next time. But yeah, thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more, y'all. All right, peace. Oh yeah, wait, I forgot to say, follow us on YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter at Bump Psychology. You can follow me on YouTube at Brogy Narc, on YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter, BROGI. Hold on, let me get that out of the way. BROGI space NARIC. Brogy Narc, right there. And you can follow Cuba the Goat. Oh, not Cuba the Goat. Cuba Starks at Cuba Starks and Cuba Starks Reacts. And yeah, we're going to wrap this up. But thanks for watching, and stay tuned, y'all. All right, peace. Hit the like button, whoever you are watching right now. Hit that goddamn like button. All right, I'm out.